Planet Earth. Capsule Corporation. The Sun and Brief families were spending a normal day together. The little kids played on the floor while the parents chatted on the couch. Beerus was stuffing his face with food as if there was no tomorrow. It is true there was a super strong guy, Goku said excitedly. Really? Whoa, that must have been difficult then. Bulma replied. That means we are already at the level of the gods of destruction. Vegeta added with his arms crossed. No, not the strong ones anyway, Beerus said, shaking his head at the prince. Belmont is known as one of the weakest gods alongside Sidra. The fact that they beat someone like him really makes them look bad compared to the rest. Any other god of destruction would humiliate them even with one hand tied. But my daddy is super strong, Violetta yelled as she ran in circles in front of her dad. Yes, Grandpa, you are very strong, Little Pan yelled, doing the same as her aunt. It is normal since he never stopped thinking about fighting, Chi-Chi answered as she and 21 brought glasses of chocolate milk for the girls. I understand that it is good for him to do what he loves. Plus it benefits everyone since the Earth is better protected than ever. Haha, thanks for understanding, Chi-Chi, I appreciate it, the Saiyan said, reaching for a glass. Both Chi-Chi and 21 lightly slapped his hand away so he would not take one, since they were for the girls. Stop right there, these are for Little Pan and Violetta, 21 and Chi-Chi said at the same time. They are so alike, haha, Bulma added while holding her newborn daughter. Chi-Chi and 21 handed a glass to Pan and Violetta. The girls looked incredibly happy to drink it again. Cocholate, they both said, giving little jumps. The way they pronounced the word made everyone laugh. Then Gohan decided to speak up. Haha, that is not how you say it. It is chocolate. Repeat after me. Cho. Gohan instructed. Cho. Both Pan and Violetta said together. Company. Gohan continued. Company. The two hybrids imitated him. Late. Gohan finished his lesson. Late. The two Saiyan girls finished. Now say the whole word together. Gohan ordered in professor mode. Cocholate, both Saiyans said, making Gohan look silly since they kept saying it the exact same way. Whis walked over to the center of the room, drawing everyone's attention. Goku, why exactly did you make that wish? The angel guide asked. Well, it was my idea in the end, Goku replied, looking at the angel. It was not fair for them to be erased, so I decided that nothing should change, and revived all the universes. That is true, I was really anxious about whether you would win or not, Bulma commented in better spirits. It was difficult. Jiren is definitely someone who surpasses us, Goku admitted. Without Frieza helping us he would have knocked us out. I still cannot believe you invited that maniac, Bulma replied. Bulma, do not say those things in front of the kids, Chi-Chi scolded, pointing at Pan, gotten Violetta Trunks, and the newborn bra. Haha, I am sorry, it was just this once, the scientist exclaimed. Hey 21, by the way, where are you going to enroll Violetta? Chi-Chi asked, looking at the brunette. She is getting close to preschool age. Gohan and Videl already picked one for Pan, and she is enrolled. I do not know yet, 21 replied, looking first at Chi-Chi, and then at her daughter. After she was taken away, I really did not think about it. Then I got her back, and the tournament happened, and now everyone knows about me. Maybe she will go to the same one as Pan. I want to be super strong like my daddy, I want to train, Violetta said, climbing onto her dad's head, making him ticklish. Listen here, young lady, you are going to study, Chi-Chi said, staring right at Violetta. That is right, you will go to school, 21 said, helping Violetta down. You can train, but first you will study. Once you get home you have your dad to practice with. I do not want to. I am Violetta the super strong, Violetta yelled, throwing her arms up before lying down on the floor. Going to school is fun, Violetta, Gohan said, looking at his little sister. You will see that when you start you will make lots of friends. That is right, little sister, Goten said, sitting next to her. It is fun to make friends and play. It is not just studying. Really? Violetta asked, looking at her brothers. Of course it is fun to go to school, Goku replied. Everyone stared at him after he finished that sentence, since he never went to an official school. Well, we should get going, Chi-Chi said as Goten followed her lead. Goten has school tomorrow, so we cannot stay up too late. Goten has school tomorrow, so we cannot stay up too late. See you later, goodbye everyone, Chi-Chi said, walking towards the exit of Capsule Corporation with her son. I had better take you with my instant transmission, Goku said, standing up and walking to the exit. It is getting too cold for Goten to fly you back. You are right, that is a good idea, 21 commented, watching Goku leave Capsule Corporation. So 21, what day is the wedding? Bulma asked with a mischievous tone. We do not know yet, but my first choice is in a month, 21 answered before looking at Vegeta. Did Goku really ask you for help to propose to me? She asked the prince. Yes, the idiot did not even know what kind of ring to choose, Vegeta said, making Goku look bad. And you did? Bulma asked, exposing Vegeta. I did not ask you, woman, we do not talk about that. Vegeta replied, crossing his arms. Tomorrow I will go see the King of Nations. 21 said. I have no idea who he is, but I want to fix my status once, and for also my daughter has no problems enrolling somewhere. Outside Capsule Corporation, Goku caught up to Chi-Chi and Goten just before they took off. Chi-Chi, Goten, wait for me, I will take you, Goku said, reaching them. Dad, Goten said, seeing his father arrive. Haha, hello, I will take you, Goku said, approaching them. It is a bit cold to fly, and this way you will get there faster. That is very kind, Goku, Chi-Chi replied, moving closer. That is a great idea, Dad, Goten added, doing the same. The Saiyan touched Chi-Chi while she held Goten's hand, and they teleported to Mount Paozu. Mount Paozu, Goku, Chi-Chi, and Goten arrived. Once there, the woman sent the young hybrid inside the house, saying she needed to talk to his dad. Goten was confused but agreed, and went inside. Goku decided to wait and see what his ex-wife had to say. You are getting married again, huh? Chi-Chi said, having overheard the conversation when they arrived. Yes, I am getting married again, the Saiyan replied, scratching his head nervously. Goku's ex-wife simply sighed, and took the Saiyan's hand in both of hers. I suppose you finally understood what marriage is all about, Chi-Chi commented, stroking his hand. Yes, it is complicated, Goku replied. Vegeta helped me out and guided me a bit. I do not think I ever got to apologize to you, Chi-Chi said, looking down slightly. I feel like this is the moment to finally let go. No, Chi-Chi, you do not have to apologize for anything, the Saiyan tried to say, but the human woman kept talking. I forced you to marry me when we were even younger, Chi-Chi said, still avoiding his gaze. It was very selfish of me to do that. You did not even remember me at the time, and I showed up with a promise you misunderstood. That is why I want to apologize. It is something I have wanted to do for a long time, but I honestly did not dare even after we fixed things. I took advantage of your innocence, and in the end things happened the way they did. You did not even know what getting married was, and you were not entirely happy with me. I am truly sorry for taking up so much of your life by making you stay with me. I still love you. I am very old-fashioned, and my mindset is just like that. It is hard, if not impossible, for me to look at anyone else. I tried, but I simply could not. Chi-Chi kept talking until the Saiyan suddenly hugged her, resting her head on his chest. I am sorry too, Chi-Chi, Goku said. What happened was hard to explain, but I never wanted things to turn out like that. They just happened. And I know that both you and I share something we love very much, because of all this, right? Goku asked, gently pulling Chi-Chi back to look her in the eyes. Our children Gohan, Goten, and Violetta, Chi-Chi said, beginning to tear up. We both know they are the best thing that ever happened to us, Goku said, wiping away one of her tears. So do not apologize, Chi-Chi. Now we just have to look forward, right? You have matured quite a bit, at least in that aspect, Chi-Chi said, stopping her tears and looking happier. You have always been a blockhead when it comes to fighting, but as a father I can see a change. You spend a lot of time with Goten and Violetta, and treat them equally as it should be. Gohan is all grown up, and has his own things to worry about, but in your case I am glad you have made so much progress over time. I would like it if even after you get married I could still see Violetta often, Chi-Chi continued. I like spending time with her. I always wanted a daughter. Even though she is not biologically mine, her company makes me feel something I always yearned for. Of course, Chi-Chi, Goku replied. Violetta loves spending time with you. She loves you like a second mom, and you can tell how much affection she has for you. Besides, you would be a great help with her studies. You are the right person for anything related to school since you have more experience. I am still a bit worried about her and her return. You mean Violetta's studies? Chi-Chi asked. Yes, Goku explained. When Towa took her away she left, without knowing how to speak well. Months passed until we got her back, and by then she could speak perfectly. I fear she was forced into something, and that is why she does not want to study. I think that Demon taught her basic things including studying, but I do not know how. From the little I have seen she is fine and healthy, which is the important thing, Chi-Chi added, giving her ex-husband moral support. She will like it. When she goes to preschool she will make friends. With luck she will get in the same one as Pan, and they can go together. They will become closer than they already are, just like Goten and Trunks, who are best friends. True, you are right, Goku replied. Thank you very much, Chi-Chi. Without saying another word, Chi-Chi hugged the Saiyan and gave him a kiss on the cheek to say goodbye. She still loved him, but it was time to let go for good and break the feeling she carried alone for so many years. Go now, you need to return, Chi-Chi said, stepping back. They must be waiting for you. I will see you tomorrow when you bring Goten back from school. Yes, I will see you tomorrow when I bring him back, Goku said, placing 2 fingers on his forehead. Goodbye, see you soon. With that he used his instant transmission and disappeared. Chi-Chi just sighed and gave a small smile. She was happy deep down, but also felt a little envy. 21 had achieved what Chi-Chi always wanted, which was having a more mature Goku as a partner, but she had to let go. Goku's ex-wife simply turned around and went inside her home to sleep with her young son since he had classes the next day. Back at Capsule Corporation there were only a few people left. Gohan and Pan had already gone home because the little granddaughter fell asleep. 21 was still there with Violetta. Even though the little girl was asleep, the mother was waiting for her fiancé so they could go home. She did not want to interrupt what he was doing and respected Chikai's privacy. Bulma spoke up, drawing everyone's attention, especially 21's, since the words were directed at her. So 21, do you plan to have another child, or will Violetta be the only one? Bulma asked while trying to put her own daughter to sleep. I do not know, I have not thought about it. 21 answered. Maybe in the future I will want another one. Once I get married I will decide. Well, whenever you want to start planning the wedding let me know. Bulma offered, looking at her friend. I can help you get everything ready and find the venue. It will be the perfect wedding. Yes, of course. 21 replied. I have no idea how to plan a wedding, so that would be a huge help. Goku knows even less than I do, so we should plan it together. Yes, and we can have 18 help us too. Bulma added. I suppose she would like to pitch in. Are you going to stop training? Vegeta asked with his arms crossed, looking at the android. Yes, I will stop training. 21 replied to the prince's question. I want to focus on my daughter. If I have time I will keep in shape. Then do not complain if the power gap between Kakarot and me gets too big for you. Vegeta said seriously. Do whatever you want. 21 exclaimed. I am going to make more time for my family. I just got her back, and I want to be as close to her as possible. Well, I am glad your mind is not only focused on fighting. Bulma chimed into the conversation. That way you will not end up like the brutes Goku and Vegeta. I hope Violetta does not turn out like them either. Right then Goku appeared in front of everyone using instant transmission, catching their attention. You took a while. 21 asked, approaching her fiancé. What were you doing? Whoa, yes, sorry. The Saiyan answered. I ended up talking with Chi-Chi for a bit, so I took longer than expected. That is okay. 21 commented before turning to Bulma. We are leaving now, we will visit again soon. Yes, see you later. Goku said, saying goodbye with a big smile. Bulma said a proper goodbye while Vegeta simply ignored them and went to lie down. However, Bulma spoke up to grab her husband's attention. Whoa, no, do not even think you are leaving. Bulma said, walking over and handing her daughter to Vegeta. It is your turn to change Bra's diaper. Come do it, I am going to sleep. Vegeta was left holding Bra, who was asleep. When he smelled her he realized she had gone to the bathroom and made a disgusted face at the awful smell. The next day, Mount Paozu, Goku and 21 woke up early. They had talked the night before about the errands they needed to run. They agreed that 21 would speak with the King of Nations, while Goku would deliver the requested money. After spending the morning together as a family, they showered and put on casual clothes. You look pretty today, 21. Goku commented, seeing that she dressed casually so as not to seem too intimidating. Thank you, honey, you look great too. 21 said, kissing him and walking out of their home with Violetta. I will get this sorted out as soon as possible. You just go and drop that off, and I will handle the rest. 21 held Violetta's hand as the little girl waved goodbye to her dad. Then 21 used instant transmission and appeared in the air above the location she was given. Meanwhile, Goku was still at home. He grabbed a small box of capsules containing the requested money and used instant transmission. He appeared right on the desk of the guy who asked for the money. The man was incredibly shocked since the headquarters was highly secure, and it was impossible to enter unnoticed. How did you get in here? The man asked, terrified, seeing him appear out of nowhere. Hello, I came to drop off the money you asked for, Goku said, taking out some capsules. But not here, this must be discussed with the King of Nations. The man replied angrily. Oh well, I am leaving, see you, Goku said, using his instant transmission to return home. Meanwhile, 21 and Violetta walked into the palace entrance. Since they were identified, they were let through until they reached an office. Inside was an older being who curiously looked like a dog. He was the King of Nations of the entire planet. He had an annoyed expression with sweat drops forming. He knew exactly what this woman was capable of. She was a being who could annihilate anything in her path if angered. You are? 21 began to ask, but was interrupted when the man spoke. The King of Nations, the man said. And you are the supposed 21 who caused massive destruction years ago. The android simply sighed and placed her daughter on her lap, making it clear she had left that behind. I am not the same person anymore, 21 commented. That is in the past. Now I am a mother. Yes, I can see that. The king replied. But you are still a danger, so it is best we reach an agreement. First of all, who is the father of your daughter? Does that matter? The android asked in a serious tone. It is important to know. The king insisted. Is he a human or an alien? Just then Goku appeared next to 21 using instant transmission. When Violetta saw him, she jumped from her mother's lap into Goku's arms, and he caught her. Daddy? Violetta shouted happily. Haha Violetta, we were only apart for a few seconds. Goku exclaimed. I know, Daddy, but it is boring here, and the doggy is rude to Mommy, Violetta said in an innocent tone. The Saiyan turned to look at the king, and they instantly recognized each other. Hey, I know you, Goku commented, walking up to the desk. I met you when I was a kid many years ago. I did not remember you were the king of the planet. Son Goku, huh? The king commented. I am glad to see you, my boy. Since you defeated Cell, I have not heard anything from you all. The king was one of the few humans who knew who the real champion was, but he always stayed quiet because of Satan's charade. Yes, it is me, Goku replied. Thank you for keeping the secret about that event. It is nothing, the king said, thanking the Saiyan. You were the boy who defeated King Piccolo. You have saved the earth countless times. Haha, yes, those were tough fights, the Saiyan replied. So are you the father of her daughter? The king asked. Yes, she is my daughter, and a very happy little girl, Goku commented. Also, I would like to fix the problem this time. My fiancée is not a bad person. She changed a lot. Yes, she killed many people and destroyed cities. 21 quickly interrupted him. Goku, she shouted nervously, and a bit annoyed since his last comment hurt more than it helped. I am sorry, let me continue, Goku said. She is 21 and she is my fiancée. She has changed so much that we formed a family. She has helped protect the earth. I do not know if you remember, but a few years ago, a guy arrived and destroyed the North City. The king nodded, remembering the event. You defeated him, right? The king asked. No, I lost in the end, Goku explained. She was the one who defeated him. She saved the earth from someone I could not beat. That is why 21 is a good person, and an excellent mother. My daughter and I love her, and we really need her. You know I would not lie about this. If you know what I did since I was a kid, you know that if I am with her, it is because she truly changed. The Saiyan finished speaking and gently lifted 21's hand. Then he placed the capsules containing the money on the desk. We are leaving now, we have a wedding to plan, Goku concluded. Yes, wedding food, Violetta cheered happily. She did not know what a wedding was, but she was told it was like a party, and since there was food she was happy. Before they could walk out, the King of Nations spoke, making them stop and turn around. Very well, I trust you, son Goku, the king said, looking at them intently. You do not lie, and I can tell. The requested money will be used for the victims. Not everyone managed to move on with their lives, so it will go directly to them. It is a high amount for a high crime. Being at war with you only leaves me in a bad spot, since you are far more powerful, so you may go. You are free. I hope that as much as possible you will continue to be direct protectors of the earth. And finally, congratulations on your daughter. The doggy is ugly, mommy, Violetta commented, causing the king to laugh. He noticed the little girl had her father's attitude. The Saiyan just waved goodbye and took 21's hand while she carried Violetta. They then teleported away. Back at their home, 21 simply stared at the Saiyan. He felt very confused because she showed no expression. Goku started to get nervous until she gave him a passionate kiss that lasted a few seconds. Thank you for speaking about me like that, 21 commented, setting Violetta down. I only told the truth, the Saiyan spoke. You have changed and you are a completely different person. If I had known you knew him, you could have come with us from the start, haha, 21 commented, winking at Goku. But it does not matter. Everything went well thanks to you. Now guess what? The Saiyan was a bit confused until 21 used magic to create an illusion of his favorite dish, making him very happy. You deserve it, 21 said, walking in the opposite direction. It went much easier than I thought thanks to you. Without realizing it, he picked her up in his arms like a princess, surprising the android. What are you doing? 21 asked nervously with a blush. It was a romantic moment, but suddenly Violetta thought her parents were training because of the pose they were in. Wanting to join, and she jumped and landed right on her mother's stomach, knocking the wind out of her. Then she hit Goku hard, causing him pain and making him slowly drop 21. They both ended up on their knees from the hard blows. I beat mommy and daddy, Violetta shouted, pretending to train. This made her parents laugh. They smiled, noting that fighting motivated her. They both stood up and picked her up. Haha, of course Violetta, you won, Goku commented, sitting Violetta on his shoulders and taking his fiancée's hand before pausing. Oh wait, we do not have money. 21 pulled something out of her pocket and showed it to Goku. He saw it was one of the 5 capsules from the small box he gave away. I kept one. 21 commented. I was not going to give him all my money. You two eat too much, and a normal salary cannot support us all. So yes, we still have a lot of money. Let us go eat. 21 placed 2 fingers on her forehead and teleported them away. The family appeared in the air as they looked for a restaurant. 21 spotted one she liked, and chose it. The trio descended and walked the streets like a normal family. Where are we going, mommy? Violetta asked, looking all around. We are going to eat at the restaurant where your father and I first ate together. 21 replied, walking hand in hand with the Saiyan. When they arrived, they noticed there were not many people. It was still very early, and there was plenty of time before they had to pick gotten up from school, so the Saiyan took his time. Once seated, the trio waited to be served, which did not take long. A waiter appeared seconds later. Hello, good morning, what would you like to order? The waiter asked. When he looked closely, he remembered the woman. She looked like the genocidal maniac, but since he had ruled that out long ago, he assumed she was the baby who was in the womb at the time. I remember you, the waiter added. A long time ago you came here when your little girl was not born yet, right? Yes, we remember. Nice to meet you. 21 replied kindly. Nice to meet you. Violetta imitated her mom. Haha, what a pleasant little girl. The man reiterated. What will you be ordering? We want everything. Goku exclaimed, ignoring the menu. Twice, please. Right away. The waiter replied, expecting this answer. He already knew they ordered food in massive amounts, so he did not question the request and went to the kitchen to inform them. Hey, the woman who was pregnant came back, and now the whole family is here. The waiter told the chef. That means you are making a lot of food. The entire menu 2 times. Huh, really? The chef commented, doing skillful tricks with his kitchen utensils. I figured. This will be tough, but my skills will let me pull it off. While the family waited, they decided to talk about personal things since the place was mostly empty. So honey, where would you like the wedding to be? 21 asked, putting a bib on Violetta since she made a mess. I do not know, haha. Goku asked. Can it not be at Capsule Corporation? No, it has to be a special place for our special moment. 21 replied, making the Saiyan think. I think I know. The Saiyan spoke up. Violetta was just turning her head back and forth every time her parents spoke, getting a little dizzy. What place? The android asked. If I remember correctly, the first time we fought was near where I used to live with my grandpa. Goku commented. I would like it to be there if that is alright with you. True, you said you would take me to see it someday. 21 accepted. How about before the wedding? By the way, that place is beautiful, I like it. It is fine to have it there. Yes, he must be in the other world. Goku commented. If I remember correctly, he was helping with something. It has been many years, but I know where he is. It is also a good chance for Violetta to meet him. The android replied. Someone very special to you should meet your daughter. Haha, yes, you are right, he will love meeting her. Goku commented as he and 21 looked at Violetta. She was leaning over the back of her chair, looking at another table. She is very curious, haha. Goku commented, turning his gaze back to his fiancée. She is, and that is good. 21 replied, looking at her partner and letting her ring shine. We must keep feeding her curiosity, but with limits. I love it. Really? Goku replied happily. I mean, great. I really struggled to pick one. Vegeta came with me to get it. He seriously wanted to go with you. 21 asked, raising an eyebrow. Bulma forced him since she was busy, haha. Goku exclaimed, laughing. I figured as much. The android finished with a smile. They both laughed a bit and then looked over at Violetta's seat. Violetta was missing. When they turned around, they saw their daughter reaching into the bag of an old lady who had cookies. Violetta, no. 21 shouted. She rushed over, picked up her daughter, and gave her a serious look. You must not do that. 21 scolded softly. If it is not yours, you should not take it. She then looked at the elderly woman. I am so sorry about that, I lost sight of her for just a second. 21 apologized. Do not worry here, the sweet grandmother said, taking out some cookies and giving them to Violetta. My grandkids are like this too. I have plenty of cookies for them, so missing a few is no big deal. What a beautiful girl, by the way. Thank you for the cookies, and again I am sorry, my daughter tried to take them. 21 apologized once more. Do not worry, I did not see a thing. The old lady commented, jokingly justifying Violetta's actions, like a typical grandmother would do when a mother scolds her grandchildren. What do you say, Violetta? 21 asked, looking at her daughter. Thank you very much. The little hybrid replied very happily. Seconds later they returned to their seats. Right at that moment, the food arrived and completely filled the table. This made Goku's and Violetta's eyes sparkle since they loved food. Yes, they are identical, haha. 21 commented, noticing which personality Violetta took after the most. They ate and time passed. They enjoyed the food until they were satisfied, talking about family matters, Violetta's schooling, the exact day of the wedding, and other things. A few hours passed, and they left the restaurant. Goku checked the time and placed 2 fingers on his forehead. He teleported with his family to Gotten's school just before he got out. Gotten was in middle school, and was one of the smallest kids there due to his Saiyan blood keeping him small in his youth. In 2 years he would enter high school. Time flew by even if appearances did not change much. A few minutes later Gotten came out and said goodbye to his friends. He saw his dad and walked towards him. "Hi Dad," Gotten commented before looking at the others and hugging 21 and his little sister. "Hi Gotten, how was your day?" the android asked. "It went well, it was not too hard today," the older hybrid replied. "Haha, I am glad, let us go to your mom's house Gotten," Goku commented, preparing to use instant transmission. Gotten said something that stopped him. "Dad, what if we use the flying nimbus I ride on?" Gotten suggested, calling the cloud over. "The one you gave me. Let us fly back all together just this once." "Sure, why not?" Goku commented, sitting comfortably on the cloud, followed by Gotten and Violetta. Android 21 noticed they sat normally, and tried to do the same. She fell straight through the cloud, and landed hard on her backside, hurting herself. "Ouch, that hurts, why did it not work for me?" 21 commented, standing up. "I do not know, maybe it is broken," Gotten replied. "Supposedly only people with a pure heart can use it," Goku commented, standing up from the cloud. "Maybe your evil side is the problem, 21. "Yes, I suppose maybe that is it," 21 replied, dusting off the dirt. "Well then we will use instant transmission, haha," Gotten commented, getting off the cloud along with his sister. Everyone gathered together. Goku placed 2 fingers on his forehead and disappeared with his family. Mount Paozu. They appeared in front of Gotten and Chi-Chi's house. Chi-Chi came out when she saw they had arrived. As soon as Violetta saw her, she ran and tackled Chi-Chi to the ground with a hug. Everyone started laughing. That was just how Violetta was with her loved ones. She would tackle them with hugs even if she had only been away for half an hour. The owner of the house had invited them to eat. Since they had just eaten, they had to decline the invitation, which was rare, but it happened. However, they still spent time together as a family. Violetta and Gotten played like siblings, while Chi-Chi 21 and Goku talked about personal things and future plans. They also told her about the King of Nations and how easily it was resolved thanks to Goku. In the end, everyone happily spent time together as a family. There were no fights and no grudges, just happiness filled with the sounds of children playing. When Chi-Chi and 21 turned their heads, they caught Goku secretly eating, even though he had rejected the offer earlier. It was ironic, but it only made both women smile and laugh. "Haha, I just got hungry again," Goku commented, scratching his head. "Typical Goku," Chi-Chi and 21 exclaimed, at the same time laughing a bit. Capsule Corporation. Days passed. At Capsule Corporation, only 21 and Bulma were in the living room chatting and carrying out the wedding plans. Android 21 told her that Goku suggested holding it where he used to live with his grandpa. It was also near the place where they first fought, so it was a special location. Bulma thought it was a good idea. When she first met Goku near there, she thought the scenery was beautiful, so she agreed completely. After talking for a while, they agreed to go by and prepare everything at once. That way, when everything was ready, they would only need to set the exact date to get married. They decided to call Android 18 since she would be good company. They also thought about Chi-Chi. They were hesitant since the person getting married was her ex-husband. But since everything was resolved, and they got along great, they decided to invite her too. After letting the other women know, Bulma and 21 stood up and walked to the backyard of Capsule Corporation. When they stepped out the back door, they saw Goku lifting Violetta in the air playfully, while Vegeta held Bra in his arms. "So Kakarot, is your daughter going to dedicate herself to studying like Gohan, or will she train with us and Whis?" Vegeta asked. "I do not know yet," Goku said, stopping his game. "She wants to fight and train, but 21 also wants her to study in case she loses interest in fighting over time. What a shame if she goes down Gohan's path," Vegeta replied. "So much wasted potential." "You are partly right," Goku explained, looking at his daughter. "Her potential was already unlocked, so her power will not increase much even if she trains. But still, it is her decision. It is not good to force someone into something they do not want. You know, Gohan does not like fighting, and it makes me happy that he is fulfilling his dream of being a researcher. And I thought you were a terrible father," Vegeta replied. "Well, you were until your little girl was born, and you understood more about it. I thought your head was completely hollow, but it turns out it is not." This caused a bit of confusion for Goku, as he did not know if it was a compliment or an insult. "Daddy, can we train like you train outside the house with mommy?" Violetta said, throwing punches at the air. Haha, sure, we can do it for a bit. Goku accepted, walking hand in hand with his daughter, and moving several meters away from Vegeta. If you make too much noise, I will beat you up, Kakarot, Vegeta exclaimed with a frown, staring right at his rival. I do not want my baby to wake up. Haha, relax, Vegeta, you will not even notice we are here, Goku replied, walking a bit further away. After a few more meters they stopped. Goku stepped back and looked at his daughter, waiting for her to attack. Before he could get into a fighting stance, he noticed 21 and Bulma walking towards them. This distracted Goku, but not Violetta. Not noticing her mom, she ran forward and head-butted her dad right in the stomach. The blow knocked the wind out of him, and he dropped to his knees holding his abdomen. Now Violetta noticed her mom and waved with a smile identical to her dad's. Look, mommy, I am training with daddy. Violetta spoke, slightly mispronouncing the word while looking very happy. That is great, sweetie, you will be very strong like your dad, 21 replied, congratulating her. Meanwhile, Vegeta had analyzed Violetta's movement and was left in awe by the force she used. It is incredible that Kakarot's brat has the power of Frieza. When we fought him on Namek, Vegeta told himself while still somewhat stunned. That girl is a total anomaly. To have that amount of brute force at such a young age. It must be due to the cross between a high-power Saiyan and a prodigy android with enhanced cells. I have a feeling Kakarot's girl was born for combat. Just then Bulma walked up to Vegeta, who was still deep in thought about the display of power he just witnessed. His wife's voice finally grabbed his attention. Vegeta, Bulma explained. 21 and I and a few others are going to get things for the wedding. You will stay here with Bra, and we will be back later tonight. Meanwhile, 21 approached Goku, who was just standing up after taking the massive blow. Honey, I am going to a few places with Bulma, 21 explained. Can you watch Violetta? I will not be long. Sure I can, we were just about to start training, Goku replied. Violetta was slowly throwing punches at the air, trying to imitate her dad's moves, although she was not quite getting it right. Alright, just be careful with the training, do not do anything heavy, okay? The android spoke. Yes, loud and clear, Goku commented, pretending to stand at attention. He watched as Violetta imitated his posture perfectly. I will bring you something to eat, honey, and you too, sweetie, 21 replied, giving Goku a kiss on the lips. Have fun, I will be back tonight. Violetta made a disgusted face at the kiss, which made her parents laugh. Before she could complain, 21 kissed her daughter on the forehead. Take care of your dad, 21 said. 21 turned around and saw Bulma waiting for her. Seconds later they left in a Capsule Corporation vehicle driven by Bulma. Now it was just Vegeta with Bra and Goku with Violetta. Kakarot, come here for a second, Vegeta commented. Goku listened and walked over to Vegeta. Violetta simply sat on the ground. She watched butterflies fly around until one landed on her nose. What is wrong, Vegeta? Goku asked. Have you paid attention to your girl's power yet? Vegeta asked. Yes, she has incredibly high power for her age, do you not think so? Goku asked back. Yes, no Saiyan has ever had that kind of power at such a young age, Vegeta explained. She is not even 5 years old, and she is already on par with Frieza from years ago on Namek. I know, but it was to be expected, Goku commented. When we fought Universe 6 in that tournament, she cried and released a lot of power, and she had just been born. Now that a couple of years have passed, I figured she would have high power, but I did not think it would be this much. Train her well so she does not accidentally destroy the earth or something, Vegeta exclaimed. Relax, she knows how to measure her strength, she does it naturally, Goku explained. What worries 21 and me is that she might use magic again. When she was younger, she would randomly shoot beams and turn things into food, just like your woman, Vegeta added to the comment. Yes, she got those powers from her, Goku explained, trusting his daughter. Fortunately, she does not know how to use them, and it was just accidental when she was smaller. Her physical strength does not worry me, but the magic does. She is a very smart girl though. When she realizes she can do it, I bet everything she will perfect it very easily. I hope so, Vegeta replied, looking at his sleeping baby. With Bra, I really think she will be more like Bulma. Something tells me she will be a genius with computers and things like that. We will have to wait and see, Vegeta, Goku replied. Maybe she will also have great power like Violetta. Only time will tell, Kakarot, Vegeta commented, standing up and walking inside Capsule Corporation. Now do not make any noise, I am taking her to bed. If you wake her up, I will come back and beat you up even with your Ultra Instinct. Haha, I would like to see that, but I do not know how to bring it out, it was just sudden, Goku replied. Then figure it out, because I will defeat you at your maximum power. Vegeta finished walking into his house. Violetta tugged on her dad's pants to get his attention. Daddy, were we not going to train? Violetta commented, waiting for him. Oh yes, sorry, I was just talking to Vegeta, Goku commented, scratching his head. Yes, Uncle Vegeta, Violetta replied, giving a happy smile. She really liked Vegeta. Alright, let us continue with the training. Center of West City. 18 Marin and Chi-Chi were already there. A few meters away, Bulma and 21 had just arrived. Sorry to make you wait, but we are here now, 21 replied. No problem, we did not wait long anyway, Chi-Chi commented. Very well, then let us get moving and look for more things for the wedding, Bulma commented, raising her arm in an adventure pose. What should we look for first? 18 asked. How about the dress? Chi-Chi proposed, knowing it was a key part of the wedding. I feel like that would be better for the end, Bulma commented. That way we leave the most important thing for last and close with a flourish. Whoa, yes you are right, Bulma, the best for last, Chi-Chi exclaimed, changing her mind. Mom, what is the dress for? Little Marin asked. It is so she looks even more beautiful in an important moment of her life, 18 replied, looking at her daughter. That is great, Marin exclaimed, running in circles. Then let us go and begin, it will be a long day, Bulma spoke, taking the lead. Capsule Corporation. Goku was dodging Violetta's punches with extreme ease. She did not even know how to fight and was still very young. She threw everything on instinct, but it was monotonous and repetitive. Still, Goku said nothing. She was having fun, so he did not want to take away the happiness of the moment as she trained with her dad. Then Vegeta came out. He had finished putting Bra to sleep and decided to leave her with his mother-in-law for a while so he could talk to the other pure-blooded Saiyan. That is not how you train, girl, Vegeta spoke seriously before shouting. You do it like this, Vegeta shouted as he punched Goku in the face, sending him flying backward. Yes, Uncle Vegeta and Daddy are going to fight, Violetta commented in a happy tone. I am not your uncle, stop calling me that, Vegeta commented, feeling annoyed. Uncle Vegeta, Violetta replied, again not caring what the prince said. You are just as annoying as your mother, Vegeta replied. Vegeta, I cannot fight you right now, I am with Violetta, Goku commented, rubbing his face. I know that, idiot, I just wanted to hit you once, Vegeta replied, crossing his arms. So you are not going to fight? Violetta asked curiously. No, little girl, Bra is asleep, Vegeta replied, walking over to sit down. If I fight your father, we will wake her up. If that happens, Bulma will kill me even if she is not here. Carry on with what you were doing. You heard him, sweetie, what would you like to do? Goku commented. Eat, Violetta replied with a big smile. Haha, I support that option, Goku proposed. Your mom left us some money, how about we go buy something? Yes, let us go, Violetta yelled, running and spinning around in pure joy. Goku walked over and looked at Vegeta, who was watching them with crossed arms. Vegeta, we are leaving, we will be back later, Goku commented, waving goodbye. Why are you saying goodbye? Vegeta commented. You do not even live here, so I do not care. Haha, alright, we will be back later, Goku exclaimed, picking up Violetta. They flew away together, but the little hybrid still waved goodbye to the man she called Uncle Vegeta. The prince was deep in thought. Seeing Violetta's true strength left him with doubts. I hope Kakarot and that android control her well, Vegeta said to himself, thinking about the situation. If they raise her to be a warrior, she could go very far in a short amount of time. Frieza was born the strongest in the universe, and she rivals him at just a couple of years old. I hope her potential is not wasted like Gotten's and Trunks. Meanwhile, Goku was flying with Violetta sitting on his back. She was having fun touching the clouds as they passed. Her dad had taken her on rides before, but she still loved going every single time. So Violetta, what would you like to eat? Goku asked his daughter. My ice cream, Violetta shouted happily. Haha, alright, let us go, Goku replied, speeding up. I know a place that sells it. I went there once with your mom when she was pregnant with you. Center of West City. Bulma 21, Chi-Chi 18, and Marin were walking normally as they continued looking at wedding items. For a moment the adults considered bringing their partners, but quickly dismissed the idea. The men would just be bored, so it was better to have a girls' afternoon alone. La 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 la, Marin sang, looking at everything around them with starry eyes. It is better to go with kids, they like pretty things and are more cheerful, Chi-Chi commented. 21, come here, I want you to see this, it might look good as an accessory, Bulma exclaimed, making the android walk over and leaving Chi-Chi alone with 18 and her daughter. Chi-Chi noticed that 18 was deep in thought, as if she was detached from her surroundings and not listening. Is everything okay, 18? Chi-Chi asked. It is just that I realized Krillin always spoils us, 18 commented. He always buys things for Marin and takes me out to dinner. He is very good and kind to both of us, but I feel like I have not done my part. I am going to buy him a gift. Will you help me pick one out? Of course, absolutely, you are very kind, 18. Chi-Chi commented with a smile. Hey Chi-Chi, I need to ask you something else while we are alone. 18 commented. I hope you do not take it as an offense. Well, what is it about? The human woman asked in confusion. Well, we are shopping to prepare for the wedding of the woman who is going to marry Goku, your ex-husband. 18 asked. Do you feel okay with that? Look, I really got over it. Chi-Chi explained, looking down at the ground. Neither of us handled things in a healthy way. A couple of years ago I understood that Goku was not happy with me. However, when everything happened, and he spent time with her, he had a smile on his face. I was doing something wrong that kept him from being happy, and over time he understood the concept of love. Trying to keep that relationship would only be forcing ourselves. He did not love me. We married because of a promise. Ah yes, the promise. 18 replied. Krillin told me about it. He had his dream and I had mine. Chi-Chi responded. Our convictions really did not align. Holding a grudge would only make my heart bitter, and I did not want to pass that on to Goten. 21 is not a bad person in the end, regardless of the fact that she got involved with a married man. I manipulated Goku for many years so he would be with me. It might be karma, or divine justice, whatever you want to call it, but we both left that in the past. I look at Violetta like a daughter of mine. I look at her and she has a smile identical to Goku's. I always wanted a little girl. 2 girls and a boy, or 2 boys and a girl. She is not mine, but I love her as if she were. We learned to get along better. There was a time when yes, I really could not stand the sight of them, but it passed. Now look, we are here. We are adults, we fixed our problems. And everyone went on their own private path. Do you still love Goku? The blonde android asked. Yes, Chi-Chi said, letting out a sigh. I am deeply old-fashioned. I fell in love with him when we were little. Even though I have accepted that divorce was the best thing deep down, I still feel a little ache in my heart. Years have passed, but something like that is not easily forgotten, right? I suppose over time that feeling will fade, but I care about him a lot. That is why even though we are divorced I like seeing him. Wow, I have never gone through that. 18 replied. But I suppose you made the best decision. You are a complete and mature woman. It is good that in the end you fixed everything. And that even though neither of you did everything right, you get along by leaving the past behind. Just then Bulma and 21 returned. The android had a gold ring on her finger. Look, we got the rings that will be used in the wedding. The scientist spoke. But is the husband not supposed to get those and give them? 18 asked. Bulma told me that Goku does not know much about the process, so we decided to make it easier for him by getting them ourselves. 21 replied. Yes, you can tell he is trying, but that could still complicate things, so it is better this way. Bulma replied. Alright, in that case let us keep looking to see what else we can get. 18 replied, walking ahead with her daughter. Satan City. Goku took Violetta to buy ice cream, at the place he went with 21 years ago. However, it was no longer there. It stopped being an ice cream parlor, and was now a flower shop. So, they went to Satan City looking for another place to buy one for her. Goku and Violetta kept walking the streets but found nothing until they saw the Central Park, which was very large. The Saiyan had an idea that maybe there was one there. They walked and walked searching, but found nothing at first. Then Goku heard a familiar voice. It was a woman asking for directions to Capsule Corporation, and she clearly looked lost. Excuse me, do you know what street this is? The orange-haired girl asked everyone around her. I need to get to Capsule Corporation, but I do not know where it is. The woman kept asking until she saw the spiky-haired man along with a little girl. She was very surprised to see them there. Goku, hello. The girl spoke, running up to him. Suno, what are you doing here? Goku asked in surprise. Do you remember when you told me that if I decided to live in the city I should go to Capsule Corporation and ask for a job? Suno commented. Well, I am trying to get there, but I am lost. I can take you if you want, so you will not get lost trying to find it. The Saiyan offered. Sure, I would love that. Suno agreed happily. Daddy? Violetta commented, tugging on Goku's clothes. Who is she? Oh yes, Violetta, she is Suno, an old friend of mine since childhood. Goku explained to his daughter. Whoa, she is so cute. Suno shouted, gently hugging and squeezing Violetta. I met you when you were smaller, and now you know how to talk. You are so smart, I bet you got it from your dad. Suno finished, letting go of Violetta. Yes, she got it from me. Goku commented nervously. Very well, shall we go? Suno replied. I have been walking alone for a while. Whoa, just wait a moment, we actually came here to buy Violetta an ice cream. Goku explained. She really wanted one, so that is why we are here. Oh yes, no problem. Suno replied. I actually know where a stand is. I saw it a moment ago, follow me. Yes, ice cream. Violetta shouted happily. What a cheerful little girl, haha. Suno replied. You really are a living image of your dad. Capsule Corporation. Vegeta was lying next to Bra. She was asleep, but the prince was not. He was just watching and taking care of her in case she woke up, checking on her every 30 seconds. Someone knocked on the main door of Capsule Corporation and walked into the reception area. "Excuse me, good morning, is Son Goku or 21 here?" the man asked. He was wearing armor. He was short, not intimidating at all, and had minimal fighting power. The receptionist simply said no, and then asked what he wanted. This is a wedding gift from the Great Frieza," the soldier from Frieza's army replied. Just then a blonde woman came out, having heard it was a wedding gift. "Is it a wedding gift? I can keep it safe if that is the case," Bulma's mother commented. "Whoa, thank you very much, Ma am," the soldier commented. "You are welcome. Who is the gift for?" the blonde lady asked. The soldier read the note. "It is for Son Goku and 21, and it says my worst wishes from the Great Frieza." "Whoa, he must have used the wrong word," Bulma's mother explained. "I suppose he meant best wishes. I will give it to them. There is no set date for the wedding yet, but it will be soon. Oh, also Frieza said he will not be able to come, which is why he sent the gift early," the soldier explained. "Yes, do not worry. What is the gift supposed to be?" the blonde lady asked. "There are 2 gifts," the soldier explained. "The one in this basket are fruits from planet Lality. They are rare in the whole universe, and there are very few specimens of them. I do not know what the other one is. It is a piece of paper, but it is sealed." "Very well, I will give them to them as soon as they return." Mrs. Briefs finished. "Have a good day." The soldier finished running out and getting into his ship. He left the planet quickly, terrified of running into them. "What a curious fellow." Bulma's mom finished grabbing the basket and the sealed paper. "Though he is attractive, maybe I will invite him on a date if I ever see him again." Satan City. Goku, Suno, and Violetta were eating ice cream normally. The hybrid was happy. She had her ice cream, was eating it and enjoying herself immensely. She was moving around and jumping so much that even though Suno warned her it would fall, it was too late. Her ice cream dropped to the ground. Violetta noticed this and was about to cry. Her eyes looked like fried eggs. However, she stopped when Goku offered her his. The blue-eyed girl took it and started eating. This brought a smile to Goku's face because he loved seeing his daughter happy. "You are such a good father, Goku," Suno commented. "Where is your other son?" "The older one gotten. He is at school," Goku explained. "In a few hours I will go pick him up and drop him off at his mom's house." "Wait, his mom?" Suno was speaking when Goku interrupted. "Is his mom not? Gotten's mom is not 21, it is Chi-Chi," Goku explained. "I have another older son named Gohan. I do not think I told you that back then. Violetta is 21's daughter." "So you are divorced?" the orange-haired girl asked. "Yes, although I am getting married again," the Saiyan replied. "I recently proposed to 21. "Whoa, wow, I am glad you are getting married again," Suno commented. "I thought you were already married, but I did suspect Gotten was not her son since he looked older, and you said you had only known each other for a couple of years. But it surprises me more that you have an even older son." "Yes, that is Gohan," the Saiyan explained. "In fact, he also has a daughter, which means I am a grandpa. Haha, I feel old." "Haha, you," Suno replied. "Old? You look young. You really have not changed at all since you went to Jingle Village." "Haha, there is an explanation for that, you see." Goku was about to explain that his race always stays young, but Violetta spoke up. "Daddy, I am sleepy." Violetta spoke, rubbing her eyes. "Oh yes, of course, let us go back so you can sleep," Goku commented, picking up Violetta as she rested her head on his chest and closed her eyes. "So are you coming with us, Suno?" "Yes, if you are going to Capsule Corporation, I will tag along," the orange-haired girl replied. "Then touch my shoulder, we will be there in an instant," the Saiyan exclaimed. "Your shoulder?" Suno touched it. "I do not understand how." Right then the Saiyan teleported and they appeared at Capsule Corporation. Suno was incredibly surprised since she did not know Goku could do that, but remembering it was him, and that he was never normal, she tried to believe this was a normal thing. "We made it, we are in the backyard. But Bulma is not here," the Saiyan explained. "She is out with my fiancé Chi-Chi, and 18 buying some things. But come on, follow me, you will not have to wait outside." "Yes, of course, inside is better," Suno replied. They both went inside Capsule Corporation with Goku leading the way, and Suno following behind. The Saiyan left the orange-haired girl waiting in the living room, while he went to lay his daughter down since she fell asleep on the way. When he walked out of the room, he saw Vegeta standing there with his arms crossed. "What are you doing here, Kakarot?" Vegeta asked. "Whoa, I came to put Violetta to bed, she fell asleep," Goku replied. "You have your own house for that insect," the prince commented. "Yes, but someone came looking for a job," Goku replied. "I have known her since we were kids, I told her to come here." "This is not a charity, Kakarot, get out of here," the prince commented. Just then they both heard voices from the living room. They heard Suno and Bulma's father offering her the job she came looking for. Haha, wow, that was fast, Goku commented. Vegeta ground his teeth in annoyance knowing there might be a new tenant in his house. He hated crowds in his home. Hours passed and 21 and Bulma arrived while 18 Marin and Chi-Chi went to their respective homes. When the first to arrive they showed what they bought except for the dress and the rings since those were for the big day. Goku, where is Violetta? 21 asked. She is upstairs sleeping. Goku asked back. How did it go? Great honey, it went wonderfully. 21 replied. We got everything, now we just have to wait for the wedding day to arrive. Kakarot insect, come here for a second, I need to talk to you. Vegeta commented, getting the couple's attention. What do you want? The brunette asked. Two things. Vegeta commented. First, Bulma's mother said a guy came by and left gifts. Gifts? 21 asked. And why do we need to know that? They are wedding gifts for you too. The prince replied. Whoa, great, where are they? Goku commented. Frieza sent them. Vegeta exclaimed. What Frieza? Both Goku and 21 shouted in surprise. Yes, one is a basket of fruit. Vegeta commented, showing them the basket and then handing them a sealed piece of paper. It is rare in the universe, and hard to get. It is from planet Lality. This is a paper. From what I remember when I worked for Frieza, it is a property deed. I do not know what it is or what it is for. Open it and you will find out. Now get this stuff out of here. How generous of Frieza, do you not think? 21. The Saiyan asked. No, he wants to kill us. 21 explained. Do not eat any of the stuff he gave us. I will read the paper tonight. Just do it now so you can leave. Vegeta replied, handing them the paper. 21 grabbed it and flipped it over. She saw there was a message from the Emperor making it clear he could not attend, so he left them a small gift. Whatever, I do not care what Frieza gives us, let us just get this over with. 21 replied, breaking the seal and beginning to read. Vegeta listened, and Goku stepped closer to read it too. Hated son Goku and 21, I hope you have a terrible time. 21 read aloud from the paper, looking surprised. Thank you for inviting me to your wedding, however I will not be able to attend, because the work of the Emperor of the Universe keeps the great Frieza busy. I will be destroying some civilizations, I hope you do not mind. I left you 2 wedding gifts. This paper is the deed to a planet, it is Planet Bayet. My worst wishes, sincerely Frieza. He gifted us a planet. Goku shouted in surprise. This guy is crazy. 21 replied. Ha, wow, I never imagined Frieza would give you a planet as a wedding gift. Vegeta mocked. That means he is not evil anymore. Goku replied. No honey, in the letter he says several times that he hates us. 21 replied. I suppose he did it because you invited him to the wedding, as long as he did not do anything evil, even though I clearly told him to his face not to come to Earth. Well, at least we have a planet now, how strange, right? Goku replied. Do you think Violetta and Goten will like it? We are not taking them there, we do not even know what is over there. 21 commented. True, you are right, I will go check it out later. Goku commented. Well, it is time for us to go, being gifted a planet is not an everyday occurrence. 21 replied, touching her forehead. Haha, yes, I did not expect it either, I will go get Violetta, and we will leave. The Saiyan replied, walking out of the room. What was the other thing you were going to tell us? 21 asked, crossing her arms. Your little girl has an abysmally high power level. Vegeta replied. Make her control her powers as soon as possible, and the magic too. We are working on it. 21 replied. She only uses her strength when she trains, and she is mastering it very well. When she uses magic again, I will train her in that aspect. Do not be afraid, she is still little, she will not surpass you anytime soon. She will never surpass me. Vegeta shouted, angry and proud. I will be the strongest in the universe, even above you and that insect Kakarot. Yeah, whatever you say, see you later. 21 replied, walking out of the room, and seeing Goku holding Violetta. They both teleported to their house while Violetta remained sound asleep. A few days later, 21 was in her dress being helped by Bulma, who was putting the final touches on her. How do you feel, are you nervous? Bulma asked. You have no idea. 21 commented, looking very, very nervous. You will be fine. Bulma replied, already looking to the future. You just walk down, say some words Goku says his you kiss, and that is it? It will not take long. Then we celebrate at my house, and tomorrow you leave for your honeymoon. I hope everything goes well, I am truly nervous. The android commented. You are in love, it is normal. Bulma replied. Go on, step out, Goku is waiting for you. 21 started to breathe more steadily. She opened the door and looked out at the scene. All her friends and family shared with Goku were there. Even some gods were present. Whis, Beerus, Shin, Kibito the Elder Kai, and other friends like Yamcha, Oolong Pur, Chiatsu, Tien Shinhan Master Roshi Android 18 Marin and Krillin were sitting there. In other seats were people like Gohan, Goten Vegeta, who was forced by Bulma, since he did not want to be their Suno Android 8 Satan Videl Trunks Piccolo and others. When Android 21 looked straight ahead, she saw only one thing: her Goku waiting for her. He was wearing a suit and looked incredibly happy. The mental maturity he had gained was obvious to everyone present. "Come on 21, you can do this, you can do this," she told herself, beginning to walk forward slowly. Will the wedding ceremony go exactly as planned? Find out in the next part.